these Mexican bakeries, but he doesn't like the donuts, says they're too doughy. So Pledge, it's the moment of truth, my man. Go grab a donut. Tell me what you think, man. Just one bite. You don't have to eat it all. Just grab one donut, because you know what Dunkin' Donuts tastes like. But I just want to
I
love
how you went to like the worst of the donut places.
Okay? So first of all, you think Dunkin' Donuts is the worst of the donut places? I mean, come on, man. I would rank them like this. It goes Dunkin', then Shipley, then Krispy Kreme.
There's no way Dunkin's at the top of the donut food chain.
Well, then what's your top?
It is Shipley's,
No,
Krispy Kreme,
man.
Literally anything else, Dunkin'.
Actually, the top in my neighborhood, there's something called Delightful Donut. That is amazing. Okay, and people are recommending some donuts right there. And Pledge right there just took a bite. Which one was that one? Was that the Dunkin', or was that the?
This is a horrible Dunkin' that tastes like you got it like a week ago.
Oh,
did you just ask for the leftovers?
Oh, well, gotta save some money whenever I can.
Are you trying to rig this competition?
All right, man.
So you go to the worst donut place of the donut places.
I went to the
and
Dunkin'
then you
Donuts.
Get, like, their oldest batch of donuts on top of it.
The Dunkin' Donuts near Alamo Ranch, 1604 in Culebra, outside the Loop, is the Dunkin' Donuts I went at. So, Pledge, come on, let's hear it. Let's see it. By the way, you can watch this right now on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Search San Antonio Sports Star, like and subscribe, leave a comment or two. Kielbasa Bacon phone lines are also open at 656 ESPN, and Pledge is finally, for the first time, having a Mexican-style donut there. What's going on, my man? What do you think? The looks that he's giving right now.
It's like, it's overly sweet, but is there like coffee in this batter?
Well, oddly enough, most people have this with coffee. Okay, that's
coffee is disgusting.
Well, it's not coffee flavored, dude. I mean, they don't add coffee to it. But come on, are you telling me you don't like it?
I'm telling you, it's better than Dunkin'.
Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere.
It's better than Dunkin', but then again, I just told you Dunkin's the bottom of the food chain of fast food donuts.
Is it better than Krispy Kreme?
No.
Oh my God.
There are a few things in this world that live up to a hot and fresh Krispy Kreme.
There is absolutely no love in a Krispy Kreme donut, man. That's the thing about these donuts from La Popular or Fiesta Bakery. I know people are telling us to go to the donut shop or so, but it's just made with love, man. Maybe it's the nostalgia. Maybe this is kind of like those movies that I review that you say are really, really good, but I think that this is good because I've had this from when I was a kid.
Maybe so.
Let's get Carolina Teague in here.
I'm just saying.
CT is joining us.
Favorite.
Carolina.
Hey, guys.
Carolina Teague, come on. Are La Popular or Fiesta Bakery one of the West Side bakeries, or would you rather have Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme tastes like diabetes, so I'm automatically getting rid of Krispy Kreme off the list. It's too sweet. La Popular, all the Hispanic donut shops in the city, they're really good. The only thing is that when you take you have to buy at least $5 for them to accept your debit card, or they're gonna have to take cash. That's one of the things that I've encountered at the Hispanic. Yeah, they're very strict about the credit card situation. So if I have to put something at the top of the donut food chain, it's gonna be Dunkin' Donuts all day long. Dunkin' Donuts is good. They're fresh. They're not too sweet. They have the little munchkins. If you're on a diet,
there
you
go.
5 munchkins. So I feel like Dunkin' Donuts is at the top of the food chain.
Now, Carolina, I have said this for years, and I think this is the funniest thing. I think the best people at math are the people who work at the Mexican bakeries, like Popular. You can go there and say, I'll have 3 of this, 4 of that, 2 of this pan de huevo, 6 cookies, all this stuff. And they'll go 11, 15. And I'm there thinking to myself, how accurate is that? They don't walk around with a calculator. I honestly think that either they're the greatest at math or they're just making up numbers. What do you think?
I think they're making up numbers. I think sometimes they throw in their own tips, but that's okay. We don't mind helping out local small businesses. So if they want to throw in an extra $1 or 2, that's okay. But they do the math really quickly. And I noticed they always have fresh tortillas too, which I really like that. And they're always, and I like how they have the little pink cakes with the pink frosting. Those are my favorite.
The pink cake. Very good.
Yeah, the pink cake. Iconic.
Exactly. That is a San Antonio thing. That's a West Side thing. It's also a South Side thing because there's a lot of bakeries on the South Side as well that are very, very good. Welcome to the show, Carolina Teague. Welcome to halftime.
Thank you, guys.
I wanted
Thanks
you
for having me.
on because I was going through Facebook last night and you had a post. And do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay.
I'm all for that.
Okay. I'm going to put it in the way that I read it. Okay. You posted late last night. Yo, I really don't be putting on my relationship business, but I need some advice. If I go out to eat dinner with my man and he's always telling me to slow down on eating the appetizers because I'm going to get too full on my entree, is he low-key telling me that I'm fat?
Right. I feel like every time I go to, I always feel like every time I go to the restaurant with my man, he's always, we order the appetizer because I feel like in life you're either an appetizer person or you're a dessert person. And I'm an appetizer person. So I always have to get an appetizer at the restaurant. And I'm always mid-chip with a bunch of guacamole and salsa and I'm stuffing it into my mouth. And that's when he makes the comment. He's like, hey, you might as well slow down with that because our entree is about to be here. And I'm like, is he trying to call me fat or not?
So help the fellas. How should he have approached this? After the dinner?
Oh.
On the way home? The next day? How do you approach this? Because I'm sure that he's not the only guy to be accused of something like this.
Well, I feel like you guys need to help me out because I don't know if he's trying to call me fat on the low. Do you guys think he's trying to call me fat? Because I don't know if he is. Is that his nice way of saying, slow down, babe? I don't want you to gain 20 pounds off of bread and cheese.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like with my wife. She loves to work out, but the fact of the matter is that if I buy her workout clothes, I kind of feel like I'm low-key trying to say something when I'm not. I mean, can it be seen that way?
You know what? I think it all boils down to my insecurity, right? Because I feel like maybe I'm insecure because I shouldn't be eating this much chips. I shouldn't be eating this much guacamole. So for him to make that comment to me and I take it to the next level because I'm a woman, you know how we like to overthink about stuff? I think he's just telling me to save room for the entree, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm eating too much appetizer. So I think a part of it is probably my insecurity, because if he were to come home with workout clothes, I would think like, oh, you want me to work out? You think I need to lose weight?
Now, is he doing this on a date night or is he doing this just on a regular going out to eat?
Every time we go to a restaurant, it never fails because I'm the one who orders the appetizer. He never says, let's get an appetizer. I'm always the, let's get an appetizer.
You know what? I live by the rule. Oh, go ahead, Fledge.
Now, here's the main question. When you get the appetizer, do you finish your entree? Or do you fill up on appetizers 78% of the time? And then you start to I'm starting to get full. I can't make it through my meal. Because at that point, he's thinking the appetizer's cheap, the main course is expensive, and you're wasting the most expensive part of the meal.
I think I could finish it all, and that's the issue because.
But do you
think and do are two different things?
Yeah. I know. So last time we went to Texas Roadhouse, and I ordered the chili cheese fries as an appetizer, and I felt like it was way too big, so we shared it with everybody. But then my entree came, and I ate very, very little, so we took the rest to go. And I'm the queen of to-go. I'll take extra forks. I'll take the butter. I'll take the rolls. I'll take a little bit of salt packets. I'm going to take everything to go with me. So I'm the queen of to-go plate. So whatever I don't finish, I'm taking it to go because if everybody's hungry, guess what? We have some leftovers from Texas Roadhouse. I go home and I'll finish it at home.
That's a great point. That's a great point. What do you steal from the restaurant? Just on the slide. I'm the king of taking sweet and low. Okay, I will buy it, get a tea to go, and take 15 with me because I never have enough sweet and low at home. You can reach out to us on Facebook, also on YouTube. I'm on Twitter right now at MikeESPNSA. Pledger's at I am Pledger. Carolina Teague at Carolina Teague _. One quick question, Carolina. My wife said something to me last night that I thought was a little bit odd. And the more I think about it, she might be right, but I'm not trying to do this. We're having a date night this weekend.
Okay.
And I said, is this us just going out to eat or is it an actual date night? And she says, it is a date night. And I said, okay, I will be like a boyfriend. I will be, we've been married for almost 10 years. I'm going to be on, I'm going to open the doors and all that stuff. And she says, but don't be fully on because I know you. And she says, you claim me when we're out and about. Do you understand what that means by being claimed? Is that something that happens to you? She says that if other guys are around and she's looking good, I put my arm around her too often. I give her kisses too often, that I'm just basically sticking a flag in her and saying that she is mine. I am claiming her. Is that wrong? And do you experience that?
So I don't think that it's wrong. I think, every woman should feel loved and every woman should feel beautiful. So if you want to be overprotective and bring out that inner Hispanic out of you and be extra overprotective, go ahead and do that. Give her, just show her some extra affection and stuff. But if she doesn't like that, maybe back up just a little bit, act like you're her friend and maybe she wants to act like y'all first are going out and you're trying to bag her and you haven't bagged her yet. So maybe that's what she wants. She wants you to act like you're nervous and you're taking her out on her first date. Me personally, what I experienced, I feel like it's a mixture of both. After we've been drinking for a while, he does claim me. But before we're drinking and before all that alcohol sets in, we're just on a regular date. So that's kind of how it is for us.
So, Pledge, do you think this is just jealousy? How can I be jealous of myself? I'm the one taking her home.
I don't think it's jealousy. Maybe insecurity.
No,
you
man.
Knew you hit a home run.
Okay.
And you knew that you were probably expecting to get an infield single.
Oh, I outkicked my coverage.
Oh,
is what
you
you're
definitely
saying.
outkicked your coverage.
Okay.
And so you're letting everybody know that you outkicked your coverage.
She says it's at certain places, and that I do it at certain bars or I do it at certain events or whatnot. But you know what? I mean, come on. Maybe I think Carolina might be right. That might be my inner Latino coming out right there.
It's definitely your inner Latino coming out because that just happens. You have to claim your woman, especially in public, and you've been with her for 10 years. You don't want any, especially if she, as beautiful as your wife is, you definitely don't want anybody looking at her and trying to take her on the side while your back is turned. That's how Latinos think.
Well, she won't go anywhere. But the fact of the matter is that, it's one of those things. I like it because she's looking good, that people look at her, but also I don't like it because, come on, leave her alone. But
I think it's a compliment when men are attracted to us in public. I think it's a compliment for women, even no matter, because just because we're married doesn't mean we're dead. I mean, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we want to feel like, okay, men are attracted to us still, but my man, he loves me, he's claiming me. So if men do that, you shouldn't take it. Yeah, you shouldn't take it any type of way. If a man does try to approach her, then you can be like, oh, thank you, my woman is beautiful. Have a great day, sir. Have a great day.
Outstanding. That is Carolina Teague, the appetizer, also our Spurs insider. You can listen to her on R&R in the mornings on game days. Thanks for being with us, Carolina.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Pledge, let's get some headlines. The 411 in the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
We'll start things off this morning with my Houston Texans, Michael, because they moved on from first-year and first-time head coach David Culley after one season, as well as offensive coordinator Tim Kelly yesterday. Reports are Houston could promote quarterbacks coach Pep Hamilton to the offensive coordinator role. This according to Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports, who has interest from the Carolina Panthers for that same position. As for the next head coach, former Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores and New England Patriots linebackers coach Gerard Mayo are reportedly among the top candidates to replace Culley as the head coach of the Texans. This, according to Texans insider Aaron Wilson and ESPN's Adam Schefter. Both of them have ties to general manager Nick Caserio and executive Jack Easterby from New England, as Flores rose through the coaching ranks with the Patriots from 2008 to 2018 before he became the defensive coordinator and then Miami's head coach in 2019, while the 35-year-old Mayo is also drawing interest from the Denver Broncos. He spent 8 years playing in New England from 2008 to 2015 before joining the organization as a coach, becoming a linebackers coach this year.
Now, Pledge, you are a Houston Texans fan. This is your team.
No.
How surprised were you? Because I was not shocked at all. It is true that David Culley, who came out of nowhere seemingly, did better than what most people thought, right? This team did better. They developed a rookie quarterback into something that is decent. that has potential, but I was not shocked at all because, correct me if I'm wrong, he was hired to be fired.
Yes. And here's the other thing. I said this earlier this week. Watch for David Culley to be fired. As soon as Brian Flores, I was like, watch for David Culley to be fired. And I specifically pointed out when they announced the coaching staffs for the Senior Bowl. Because usually, as long as you're not undergoing a coaching change, it is the two worst teams in the NFL draft, which, with Jacksonville firing Urban Meyer earlier in the season, would have been Detroit and Houston. Instead, they announced that it was Detroit and the Jets.
Sometimes when it's not your guy, it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, Culley obviously outperformed what everyone thought he was going to do, and the person who might replace him in Brian Flores also outproduced what he did. He had a 7-game winning streak in Miami and got let go. And people are there going, why was he let go? It's not that it's a shock, because if you were never the GM's guy, you were never going to be there very long.
But
That's
he
the
was
thing.
the GM's guy. That's the problem.
Yeah, I get that, but maybe that guy's not his number one. Maybe that was his number 3 or 4 down the list of what he wanted.
And here's the thing. Nick Caserio hired him to burn it to the ground. He had an idea in mind, I think, of who he wanted to take over as head coach.
Yeah.
But with Jared Mayo getting interviewed by the Broncos early in the process, Brian Flores becoming available, there's a chance that Nick Caserio said, oh, I may lose my guy if I don't act on this quick. So he had to make his move faster than he thought.
Agreed, but it's a dumpster fire.
Headline 1. Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper has been fined $14,650 by the NFL for violating the league's COVID-19 protocols for unvaccinated players after attending a Mavs game and the national championship semifinal between Alabama and Cincinnati at AT&T Stadium. And under league protocols, unvaccinated players are not allowed at events unless they're in a suite with fewer than 10 people while wearing a mask. Of course, Cooper was seen at the Mavs game and at AT&T Stadium during the Bama game, courtside and field level without a mask.
Okay, first of all, not surprised, because that was public. He was out there in public to do this. And $14,000, that's not even a slap on the wrist. He makes $20 million a year. I did some quick math here.
$14,650. Get it right, Mike.
Okay. You're right. I did the math on my computer here. This is the equivalent of somebody who makes $50,000 a year being fined $37. $37. Okay, this is not a fine. This is not a slap on the wrist. It's just PR is all that it is. I get it. He was out in public. I get it. He's not vaxxed, but man, who cares? At this point, I don't care what people do anymore, man. It's an endemic, not a pandemic. Mm-hmm. We have to understand the difference. This is going to be around for a while. So these guys want to enjoy themselves out and about. Just, man, let them be.
Headline 0.
And finally, your dude, Joker, facing deportation once again. That's right. Novak Djokovic had his visa revoked for the second time in Australia. He is expected to appeal. Immigration Minister Alex Hawke said today that he used his ministerial discretion to cancel Djokovic's visa on public interest grounds. Just 3 days before, play is set to begin at the Australian Open, where Djokovic has won a record 9 of his 20 Grand Slam titles, including being the defending champ. Djokovic's lawyers began the appeal process against the visa cancellation. In an after-hours hearing at the Federal Circuit and Family Court, the same judge, Anthony Kelly, who ruled in favor of Djokovic earlier this week on procedural grounds after his visa was first canceled when he landed at Melbourne Airport. Djokovic's lawyer, Nick Wood, told Kelly that he hoped an appeal would be heard Sunday so that Djokovic, who's from Serbia, where his visa returned in time for him to play Monday, when the top half of the draw is set to finally compete.
Well, it sounds like tennis has its own Aaron Rodgers. That's amazing. It's very dramatic, man, because you have this whole debate going on as to whether or not he got this pass from the tennis organization, which they said that he had a pass. There was a government official who said he had a pass. They let him in. He won one court hearing, loses another court hearing. This is very, very dramatic. This is very bad for tennis. It's a bad look, but I get it, man, because again, it sets a precedent. If that is that country's rules and laws, you have to follow them. But this looks bad on the country because they had mixed messages. It looks bad at tennis. And man, this is one of the greatest of all time. I cannot believe that this situation is going on, but I'm not surprised because of anybody out there who has the personality who would want this type of attention, who would want to have this argument. It is Novak Djokovic. But I hope he plays. I hope somehow they make it happen. But man, the Joker is the GOAT. I don't care what anyone says.
The GOAT? He
is the GOAT. He has a winning record against Nadal and Federer. And he has the most Grand Slams, or he's up there, he's tied with it. He's the GOAT.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Spurs back in action tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers, trying to bounce back against that embarrassing loss to the Rockets. And when we come back, we'll talk about Joshua Primo. Spurs fans, how would you feel if Primo is sent back to Austin? This is halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
I can't wait to watch you guys play!
We're ready for y'all.
Let's go!
The NFL playoff picture is coming together.
Let's go! Let's go!
Are you ready?
You gotta go out there every play and earn it!
Hear it unfold on San Antonio Sports Star.
I like it!
We're serving up all the biggest games you can handle.
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate!
Get all the action live on San Antonio Sports Star.
180! Wait up!
ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that non-contact thermometers are not accurate. They also have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Has this ever happened to you? My friend was telling me about his new pair of headphones, so I looked them up online. Now, everywhere I go is a creepy ad for those headphones I looked at one time. I hate that feeling like I'm being watched. I got DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. It's that simple. Take back your privacy online with DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
We will buy no used car before it's time. We will pay the top money because we know exactly what we're doing at GiveMeTheVin.com. We've bought $1 billion with a B of used cars from you guys in 2021 already because this used car market's on fire. $1 billion in volume. We're paying so much it's scary. Only at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car! GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
BetOnline.net would like to wish you a happy new betting year as we continue our march to the football playoffs and beyond. BetOnline.net remains the best spot for all your sports info, podcasts, and news this season. And it's not just football. BetOnline.net has up-to-the-minute info on pro and college hoops, NHL, boxing, UFC, along with live real-time updates of current games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2022 season. BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's halftime with Michael Jimenez on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The Dallas Cowboys are in the playoffs. First round action starts Sunday when they welcome the San Francisco 49ers to AT&T Stadium. It all starts at 2:30 with pregame and kickoff from Jerry World at 3:30. Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, powered by Ewald Kubota. And rumor has it, Pledge, you and I are hosting a viewing party.
Oh, we both are?
That's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what? You said there's a chance. You said there's a chance that you might come out there.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna take that as positivity. Come on, you know me. Come on, I'm your boy.
I'll be there.
Very nice, man. We are going to have fun over there at Twin Peaks on 151 and 410. It starts at 2:30. Got the swag. We got prizes to give away. Technically, we're supposed to be there till 4:30, but come on, man. The game would have already started. Of course, we're going to stay, have a lot of drinks out there, get some scenic views, some burgers. It's going to be good times out there, man, watching the Cowboys and Niners. And you know that there are going to be people out there wearing Niners gear. And that is brave, man. Have you ever been to a bar recently where you know that you're going into a hostile environment?
I do it all the time.
With what jersey? This is the Rockets jersey?
Rockets, Astros, my Texans gear. Like, I don't care.
Interesting. Yeah, I've done it before too, but it's a little scary.
No,
it's scary when you're in your 20s, but me in my 40s, I don't care anymore. No one's going to step up to me because I'm wearing, Saints gear at a Cowboys game. No one's going to do that anymore. Well, maybe at a Cowboys game. That's a little reckless sometimes. But welcome to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250.
Your mouth's going to get you in trouble in the game. You're going to be like, yeah, so Taysom Hill put up 60 yards against you anyway.
It was 101 in that loss, okay? Back in November. We're on ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. We're on the go at sasportstar.com. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Search San Antonio Sports Star, like and subscribe. Spurs back in action tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Trying to bounce back, man, because that loss against the Houston Rockets a couple of days ago, no excuses. Absolutely no excuses. Going into the game, we were like, man, the Spurs are going to win that game, even shorthanded, right?
We's too many people.
Exactly. I know you were the only one, the voice of reason, but it was like, hey, even without Keldon Johnson, even without Devin Vassell, we're going to win that game. And what ended up happening? We got him back and still lost. Gave up 39 points in the first quarter, gave up 128 for the game. So tonight, the Spurs try to regroup against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I look at this Cavs team and I like them, man. That is a good looking team right there. A mixture of free agents, of trade assets, of lottery picks. Evan Mobley, a big they got from USC who was drafted third in the draft, who might be rookie of the year this year.
Darius Garland, Colin Sexton.
Yeah, Darius Garland, who was picked number 5 a couple of years back at point guard. Very good point
Colin
guard.
Sexton's the top 10 pick.
And then they got your boy Lauri Markkanen from the Bulls in the offseason.
What could have been?
It's funny because we're only 4 years removed or 4 seasons removed from when the Cleveland Cavaliers lost LeBron James. They got the title. He bounced, right? Went to LA. And it's just one of those things. We take a look at that as being the template there, because the Spurs got good, getting the number 1 pick in David Robinson, getting the number 1 pick in Tim Duncan. But those are players, every 5 years or so, there's a player that you know is going to be a superstar. You know, you knew that LeBron James was going to be that guy. But more often than not, most drafts, you have a lot of above average players who are going to have long careers, players are going to be all-stars, but not necessarily foundation pieces. You know, that's not going to be the foundation of the team. And I think that that's the problem that Spurs fans have, is that they're like, well, why would the Spurs want to bottom out, man? Because, you know, why would we want to have
Tim Duncan in this draft?
There's no Tim Duncan in this draft. That is the stupidest thing I ever hear. Because you want to get the best players possible. That's why you want them to bottom out, man. You want to have the opportunity to have the best player possible, or have the trade asset to trade for a better player. It's not that hard. But so what if there's no Tim Duncan out there? So what if there's no David Robinson or LeBron James? I mean, when was the last time there was a surefire number 1 centerpiece?
Zion.
Yeah, but Zion, we always knew he was hurt, though. He was hurt in college.
Mm-hmm. But you asked who was that surefire number 1, no questions, no doubt. Like from before he even got to high school,
right?
You knew he was going number 1. It was Zion.
Well, right, but it's one of those things where we knew the dangers going in, that he had a lot of injuries. He was always fat out there. I mean, Anthony Edwards was the number 1 pick recently, and
nobody like saw that coming.
I mean, and he's a borderline all-star. I mean, he's a really, really good player. John Morant, went number 2 in the draft. We knew that he was going to be good as well. I would say that was the Zion draft, right? So
it was.
So it was one of those ones where
I liked more.
Yeah, I did too. Because why? Because he was healthy. Because he's a healthy player. But it's one of those things where you take a look at the Cavs. That is the template there. Because again, they're not 24-18 right now. They're not the winners of 8 of 13 right now because they got a centerpiece in the draft. It's because they drafted well in the top 10, top 5. And it's because they got players off of trades and off of free agency. And they're a small market team.
Well, not just them. I mean, you look at Garland and Sexton, and then supplementing with Evan Mobley. Also, so 3 lottery picks, bringing in a Markkanen, bringing in a Jared Allen. You mentioned John Morant. Jaren Jackson, supplementing with some free agents this offseason.
Small market
in the West.
Small market.
3rd in the West.
We've seen that with Denver as well. We've seen Utah get back to respectability through the draft and through smart free agency. Again, Spurs fans, we're not going to get a Tim Duncan. That's not going to happen. We're not going to get a David Robinson. What we hope to get is a collection of good pieces. And I'm sorry, if you're taking a look at our team right now and you think that we have a lot of good pieces, you're not watching real basketball. You're only watching your own team and not other teams out there. The teams that are winning right now aren't a collection of players that were drafted 29. They're not a collection of players drafted 22, 26, 28, like many of the Spurs. They are all lottery picks, man. I mean, there are some that fall. You know, Kawhi Leonard fell to 15, but we didn't know that he was going to be a superstar at that time. Joker fell to the 2nd round. You know, there's Paul George. You know, there's
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green fell to the 2nd round. Devin Booker fell to like 13. So, I mean, it is possible to get a good player, an all-star, drafting in the teens. But if you really want to have a good team, guess what, man? You got to bottom out, baby. And right now, the Spurs are 11 games under 500 at 15-26. And because New Orleans won last night, the Spurs are now 12th in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me look at that. No, Spurs are now 13th in the West.
Yeah.
There's 2 players. There's 2 teams in front of them: New Orleans and Portland.
No, yeah, and there's 2 teams behind them: Houston and Oklahoma City.
We're not that far from bottoming out, man. But we're gonna take a look at that prize, and we're gonna say, hey, but we're only 2 games away from being the number 10 spot. Why? So you can get bounced early on or lose in the first round of the playoffs if you
pick.
Oh my goodness. God, Spurs fans, dude. And people look at me like I'm not a Spurs fan because I talk this way. But you know what? You need to learn the way. You need to know how this all works, man. Because free agents don't come here, man. They don't.
Here's the main thing, and this is the common misconception, because they have a misconception when I say I'm Team Tank. I am driving the bus for Team Tank. It is not about losing as many games as possible. That is not what I mean by tanking. What I mean by tanking is avoiding what they did those 3 years after Kawhi left. You know, I want them to play their young guys, to not block them with veteran talent, to allow them to learn and grow and develop as the season continues, the way the Rockets are doing, the way Cleveland did with their young guys. They let them play. They let them play early and often, and they allowed them to understand what it meant. Does it mean that they can't go to the G League? No, you can go up and down, but the whole come up, sit, and maybe if it's a blowout either way, you'll get 3 minutes at the end of the game. That's not where this team is right now. When I say tank, I mean guys like Josh Primo should be playing at least 15 minutes a game.
Now, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 has been telling us all week that he's hearing that Joshua Primo will be sent back down to Austin to get more minutes. Now, I'm kind of okay with it right now because he did get some run. He had 39 minutes against Brooklyn. So it's not like he's been nailed to the bench, but he should get some time right now, go back to Austin for a week or two, then come on back. I don't want him to be sitting in Austin the rest of the way.
The problem is, he has to come back. He has to get minutes. And that's a lot of what I mean when I say tanking. You know, just play your young guys. Let them develop the way these other teams did. Bounce back. Forbes doesn't need to be getting 35 minutes a night.
The Spurs need to rebound over the course of 3 or 4 years. It's not going to happen overnight. There's not going to be, unless the Spurs get a Miles Turner or somehow get a really good player that's going to somehow complement DeJounte Murray and Keldon. That's one way of doing it. But the odds of them doing it, because, man, I don't have faith in the front office to pull moves like that, man. I have all the faith in the world of them being good scouts and finding the right player and picking the right player at 4 or picking the right player at 8 or 12 or 13. I have all the faith in the world that they will do that, but I have no faith in Brian Wright or Pop or R.C. Buford to go out and make a trade. It's just not going to happen. And guess what, Spurs fans? When it comes to Thad Young, guess what we're going to get for him? Not a damn thing. We're not going to get anything for him. Book it. Hey, we have another hour and 15 minutes to go here on Halftime. We're going to lighten things up and talk more about the NFL. We're going to pick our winners for this, the wild card weekend, talking Cowboys at 1 o'clock. This is Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning with Rob Thompson and Rudy J.
Light rail system, gleaming skyscrapers, but somehow the same morning DJs.
It's your morning sports protein shake, Monday morning at 7. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hot off their big win against Baylor, the Texas Tech Red Raiders got their third win in a row last night over Oklahoma State, 78-57. Texas Tech is now 13-3 on the season and 19th in the country. Tonight in the NBA, all three teams are in action, starting with the Spurs hosting the Cavaliers at 7:30. Then slated for 9 p.m., the Rockets tip off against the Sacramento Kings, and the Mavericks play the Grizzlies on ESPN. The San Francisco 49ers activate left tackle Trent Williams, who had been out with a sprained right elbow. Williams, who was in the top 10 in pass rush protection and didn't allow a sack this season, is expected to start Sunday. And on the Cowboys side of things, leading tackler Jaron Kearse has been activated from the COVID list and will attempt to work his way into the lineup before the matchup against the 49ers. I'm Carl Schoening.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
A new year comes with new excitement, new ambitions, new milestones. Is this the year you pop the question, have a child? Celebrate a major anniversary. At Diamonds Direct, we're here for you, now more than ever. With our vast selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds, our world-renowned designer jewelry collections, our industry-leading warranties and guarantees, and our people with a passion for helping you mark any occasion with something that's both meaningful and timeless. And our commitment to providing exceptional value is stronger than ever in the new year. Whether you're just starting out on a tight budget or whether you're splurging on that 30th anniversary gift, Diamonds Direct will make sure you get the price that you expect from America's premier direct diamond importer. Welcome to a new year and welcome to Diamonds Direct, where extreme value combines with the ultimate luxury shopping experience to create that truly magical moment for the milestones in your life. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the Shops at Lock Ontario.
The Cowboys are on the road to the big game, and it all starts this Sunday as our Cowboys take on the 49ers, and San Antonio Sports Star is live to cover it all. Join us this Sunday at Twin Peaks Westover Hills location at 410 and 151 to help us cheer on the Cowboys. The party starts at 2:30 alongside the beautiful ladies of Twin Peaks. Of course, you know we always bring swag wherever we go. That's this Sunday, starting at 2:30 at Twin Peaks Westover Hills, the location at 410 and 151. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply. If you are a man over 40, listen up, because this could impact how much you're getting done during the day and at night. The harsh reality is, once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. Here's the good news. Nugenix, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC, has changed the game again for men over 40 with Nugenix Total T, their most powerful man-boosting formula ever, and guys all over America are raving about it. Jeremy P. says, this is the best product I found to raise T levels. I plan on using the product for the rest of my life. And how about Shane D? He says, I had no drive and was tanked out at the end of the day. After 3 months, my energy level is through the roof. I work out like most 19-year-olds. I am 47. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T. And right now, you can get a complimentary bottle. Just text ENERGY to 321321. It's the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting ENERGY to 321321. That's ENERGY to 321321. Text ENERGY to 321321.
When it comes to getting work done on your property, get the power, comfort, and quality you need by choosing Kubota compact construction equipment like excavators, skid loaders, and track loaders. At Ewald Kubota, we have all the equipment you need, whether you're buying or renting. And we know you need the reliable, dependable equipment Kubota is known for. Right now, all new rental customers get 10% off their first rental. This is our way of saying welcome to your neighborhood Ewald Kubota dealership. For more information, visit ewaldkubota.com.
BetOnline.net would like to wish you a happy new betting year as we continue our march to the football playoffs and beyond. BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
Sunday, the Cowboys are digging for a win against the 49ers. Pre-game 2:30, kickoff 3:30, live from AT&T Stadium on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Max Kellerman on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Man, I love Lincoln Park. Catch Texas A&M Aggie basketball on San Antonio Sports Star all season long. Saturday, the 14-2 Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers. Tip-off set for 2:30, but it all starts right at 2 with pregame. San Antonio Sports Star is your home for Aggie hoops all season long. Welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Want to apologize for going to Negative Town over there talking about the Spurs. In the last segment, I mentioned that I had no faith the Spurs would actually get anything for Thad Young. I also said that I had no faith in the Spurs rebounding and becoming relevant again if we're constantly drafting 10, 11, or 12. And for saying all that and taking it to Negative Town, I want to say apologize. Okay, no, I don't, man. That's what I really feel, dude. We're not getting anything for Thad Young. We're not getting anybody in free agency, and we're not getting anybody in a trade on the trade deadline. If that happens, I will go run around the station for 5 miles. I have no faith in any of that happening. So, again, let's just bottom out, baby. Let's just bottom out. Get Paolo. Let's get Jabari. Let's get Chet. Let's get somebody. One of the Jalens. One of the Jadens. Let's get somebody here good.
Here's the thing. They're 13th in the Western Conference. Are you wrong?
For a reason.
Are you wrong? And this is my main, and we'll leave it at this, for me anyway. This is, everybody wanted to call the Rockets the slump buster. Slump buster, slump buster, slump buster. You're only 2.5 games better than the Rockets. Like, you aren't that much better. Realize who you are as an organization and which way this team is headed.
The most depressing part of this whole season, though, has been watching these games on TV and seeing that the stands are empty. That's the bad part right there. When they do the cutaways coming in from commercial break and you see that only about half the seats are taken. I mean, they'll say, oh, we sold 12,000 seats or 14,000 seats. Well, there aren't 12,000 butts there. I mean, you go to those games. I've been to a couple. I mean, it's barely half full.
It's how you end up in Vegas.
That is very true. Very, very true. Fortunately, San Antonio has never had a professional basketball organization go to Las Vegas. Oh, wait. I have more faith in the fact that the Spurs are going to stay in San Antonio. I do not believe that they're going to Las Vegas. I'd be ridiculously shocked if they ever did.
But if attendance stays the way it is,
this is the
fan apathy starts to set in. All of a sudden, sponsorships aren't quite there. I wouldn't be shocked.
This sounds like the plot to the movie Major League, right? But welcome back to halftime.
We're going to get a cardboard cutout of Pop that we're going to start pulling pieces of clothes off.
Yeah, it's going to be the number of pieces for him to get the record so that we can move on and actually begin the rebuild. But welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. Let's get some pep in our step, baby.
Transitioning off of that?
Yes, man.
I just you really think he's gone after this year with Becky leaving?
No, I don't think he's gone.
I don't either.
I don't think so. I mean, it's not going to happen. He's going to be around for a while. What's the over-under? Who's going to last longer? Pop in San Antonio still staying as the coach, or Tom Brady as quarterback in the NFL?
Oh, that should be a bet in Vegas. That's a good one.
It should be, because if you said that Brady was going to play till 50, I'd believe you.
I would too.
That's 6 years from now. If you were to say that Pop's going to be coaching at age 78 at the AT&T or whatever they call it at that point, I'd believe you. I would believe you. Why would he want to retire? I mean, why? Makes good money. He loves the sport.
Nice fancy dinners on a team expense account.
You know, he needs to have a different position at some point, but man, we'll cut the pieces. We'll pull the pieces of the puzzle and it'll show Pop.
How many pluses did you give Major League?
Oh, like 4 or 5 pluses. I love the movie Major League. One of my favorite movies growing up.
Actually,
even
shocks
now.
me.
And not only that, it holds up. It still holds up as a good movie. Although the whole part right there, when it comes with Tom Berenger's character, the catcher, the Rene Russo scene where he's talking about how he's broke, but he makes the league minimum. And then I look back to see what people were making back in 1988. The league minimum in baseball was still decent. Why was he living poor? I don't get that. Why did he have an empty apartment? Making the league minimum as a Major League Baseball player, you were living a decent life.
We're setting a scene, Michael.
Let's talk about the NFL, man. Super weekend. Super wildcard weekend is what they're calling it,
I was
right?
about to say, Super Bowl's still a few weeks away.
It'll be a super weekend this weekend when you're hanging out with me at Twin Peaks 151 and 410. We're going to have a swell of a time. But the game's on Saturday, Raiders and Bengals, Patriots and Bills. I'm going to tell you what, right now the spread on the Bengals game is 5.5. I like the Bengals winning this game, but I think the Raiders are going to cover. I had a fantasy playoff draft last night, Pledge. Fantasy playoffs. And because I was drafting 6 out of 7, I got a lot of Bengal players, man. I got Joe Burrow. I got Mixon. I got Tyler Boyd. I've got a lot of Bengals on my team.
So you expect them to advance pretty far in the playoffs?
Well, I do expect them to, but for gambling purposes, that's not the players I would have taken. But I do like the Bengals, and I do like them potentially going to the AFC Finals. So who do you got in this game?
Oh, I like the Bengals. I think for the Las Vegas Raiders, this was a tough one in terms of if they tied, they would have been the 7th seed, and they would have had to face Kansas City, who has curb stomped them twice this year.
It'll be 29 degrees when that game is going on. It'll be 5 degrees in Buffalo for the Patriots-Bills game. Man, that whole thing about Josh Allen, should he take Viagra before the game? Because, again, he has bad circulation in his feet. And Bart Scott, former NFL player, former linebacker.
Got bad circulation, all right.
Yeah, says he should take Viagra. I kind of.
We all used to do it.
Can you imagine that?
That's what he said.
With those tight pants, can you imagine him quarterbacking that way. But for scientific purposes, we'll see how potent it is, because if it works in 5-degree weather, hey, man, that's a commercial in itself. Real fast, the other game's going by. It'll be 65 degrees when the Bucs play the Eagles. I've got the Bucs in that game. Cowboys and Niners. I have the Cowboys winning this game by 2 scores. I like it as a low-scoring game. I'm thinking like a 27-16 type of game. And I've got the Chiefs over the Steelers. Chiefs favored by 12.5. Chiefs are going to destroy them. That's going to be an embarrassment of a game. And then Cardinals against Rams. I hate the fact that I'm going a lot of scratch. Everyone says, well, there's going to be an upset. Really? Does there always need to be? Sometimes the favorite wins.
Sometimes, but
I would not be surprised though in this game if the Cardinals win this game, because Matthew Stafford is under center for the Rams, and I have no faith in Matthew Stafford. I have no faith in the fact Arizona is so close to LA. Phoenix is so close to LA. We saw what San Francisco did. San Francisco, that was a home game for San Francisco, even though it was at SoFi in LA. It was a home game.
Here's the thing. Kyler Murray, I think, is the better quarterback. I think he thrives in situations where the pressure is on a lot of times. J.J. Watt could be coming back. DeAndre Hopkins, they're going to have a full This team was the number 1 seed in all of football before they started getting just picked apart by injuries.
Upset special, baby. Monday night, Rams favored by 4. But when we come back, we're talking more about the playoffs, specifically the Dallas Cowboys. Temperature check, baby. Temperature check. What do you think, man? Do you think Cowboy fans right now are optimistic, or do you think they are pessimistic right now when it comes to the Cowboys' chances against the Niners? Because as you've mentioned before, Pledge, this Niners team, that's a feisty team, man. I don't believe in Jimmy G, but that running game is pretty interesting.
Did you say Buffalo? Because I heard you talk about the circulation. And are you taking Buffalo or Belichick?
You know what? I'm going to take Belichick in this one.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I want to know what rule he figures out to break. Not so much that he breaks it, but he exploits something in the rule book that no one else has thought of.
They
have to change later, because he does it all the time. And when it happened to him one time, I think Vrabel did it to him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and he was like, touche. Yeah, it was like, it
was the end of game punt situation for the Titans when they ended Brady's final game there in New England. And also, last one, does Philly got a chance against Tommy Terrific?
No, has no chance.
No chance.
No chance. Not a chance at all. But we're going to be talking about the Cowboys when we come back. You know what? A little bit of bulletin board material perhaps in this game. Cowboys, Niners, Sunday afternoon. Can't wait for that game. We're going to talk about it on the other side. This is Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's time to get your hoops on. The NBA season is off to a fast start. North, south, east, west.
Step back for 3. Bang, got it.
The courts are firing with board busting and rim wrecking in your face balling.
Deep 3 straight away. Oh, he got another one.
And we got it all covered. Everything a fan like you wants, and then some.
Hammers a right hand dunk.
Get the latest on your game on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that non-contact thermometers are not accurate. They also have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then, in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Are you thinking about selling your car? Don't get tricked with 2-minute offers only to spend 4 hours at a dealership. I want you to check out my friends at Car Zeus. It's Rudy J here. Car Zeus is not a dealership, so you don't need to worry about shady sales tactics just to lure you in the door. I'm talking about saving you time and hassle. Simply fill out a form about your car's condition at carzeus.com, and a local agent will text you an offer during business hours. No obligation. Plus, they pay the same day and even provide a courtesy Lyft ride home. That's carzeus.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Small businesses are the backbone of America. Yet when it comes to workers' comp insurance, you rarely get the savings you deserve. That's because insurance companies tend to lump you in with other businesses, and you can get overcharged. At Pi Insurance, we're on a mission to change that. With Pi, you get a quote specific to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. If you like savings, take 3 minutes to see how much you could save at trypi.com. Pi makes workers' comp insurance as easy as pie, with friendly representatives just a call away. No wonder customers rate our service excellent on Trustpilot. You work hard to build your business and keep your employees safe. You deserve more from your workers' comp provider. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote today at trypi.com. That's trypie.com.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today, 571-0318.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KCDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Michael Jimenez.
Halftime.
It's hour number 2 of halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. We're on the go at sasportstar.com. My name's Michael Jimenez. This show goes till 2 o'clock. It is sports, pop culture, nostalgia. James Pledger is here with me for another hour. What is going on, my dude?
Just looking at his bags of donuts back here.
I know. For those of you who are listening to the show inside the building, come see Pledger. We've got another dozen donuts still here, but I cannot believe during the break, you went and microwaved some of these donuts.
Oh, yeah.
And you did another taste test, a warm taste test. Change any of your thoughts?
Yeah, Dunkin's a little bit better warmed up when it's actually soft and kind of gooey. The other one still tastes too much like coffee for me.
I don't know what coffee taste you're talking about, but Pledge tried a La Popular donut from the West Side today. I'm proud of you, man. You know, you ate the whole donut. It's good times, man.
I did. I choked it down, but...
Not your favorite.
It was not my favorite.
And Rob Thompson said not his favorite too, man. I don't get it. Maybe it's because this is what we grew up on. But
it's just a weird, it's got a weird taste to it.
It's and it has a different shape because all the other ones like the
Circles.
Shipley's and
diamond.
Duncan, yeah, they're like perfect circles. And these are not. The donuts that you get on the west side are
Now, to
kind of like
be
a flat
fair-
tire.
To be fair, the shape has nothing to do with it. There's something about the taste.
Now,
Because I like the consistency. Like it's not as like puffy and thick and rigid as the Dunkin' is. It's got that give to it, and it's kind of soft, as you described, flat. Like I like that kind of donut, but there's just something about the taste of this donut.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you, more of a cinnamon roll guy myself. You mentioned Shipley's the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Shipley's donuts, but I love their cinnamon rolls, man. That's where it's at over there.
See, I'm going to have to do a taste test. I'm going to bring some Shipley's donuts in. I'll bring a cinnamon roll for you, too.
You know, my wife did a taste test for me the other day. I say the other day. It was probably a couple of months ago. Whenever I go to Mexican restaurants, I like to pull out the orange chips because I swear they taste better. You know, you get a big basket of chips, and like 90% of them are the beigey brown chips, right? And you might get the occasional green one, and then like 10% of them are orange. And whenever I go out to eat at any Mexican restaurant, I pull out the orange, and I swear that they taste better. And
what about the green or the blue ones?
The green ones are fine too, but the thing is that my wife pulled out 2 of them and said, "Close your eyes, taste them." And the one that I picked that was the tastiest was the brown one.
Of course you did.
So, you know what I told her? I said, "You know what? I didn't clear my palate. I didn't have anything to drink."
Yes.
You know, I bet you I can pick that out 9 times out of 10 at a different restaurant, but I think that was over at it's like that Viola's Ventanas, I think is where we did that a while back. But welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. We go till 2:00. Cowboys 3:30 Sunday. I mean, the march to the big game starts now, man. It starts now. And what I found was funny, I was on Blogging the Boys on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And, RJ Ochoa, the OG Rock the Mic champ, that's his site. They ran a video game simulation of this game. Is it sad that I called up that YouTube video and I watched all 14 minutes of it and was super excited about it all?
Yes, it is sad because how much faith do you put in a video game?
Well, I mean, that was the beginning of COVID for me. Did you know
it was what, 31-7?
Yeah, I think it was 34-7. The computer simulation said that Zeke would go off for 2 touchdowns in the first half. I think it was Blake Jarwin with a touchdown in the third quarter, and the Cowboys would win 34-7, and that Tank Lawrence would force a fumble, and again, in line with what I've been saying, a low-scoring, 2-score at least win for the Cowboys.
34 is low-scoring.
Well, cumulatively, it's 41. It's low-scoring when the over/under is 51, man. I mean, come on, man. But I think it's funny. You know, when COVID first struck and all the sports were out, people were betting, and I say people, I'm one of them, were betting on Twitch on these video game simulations, like this one. Someone would set the spread at 3.5 or 4 or whatever it would be, and you could actually go on to sites like BetUS or Bovada or whatnot and bet on these games. And I am ashamed to say that I did that. Fortunately, I did well with it, but it was weird watching video games being simulated on TV because back in 2020 there was nothing on TV. But man, I'll be telling that story to my grandkids one day. Yeah, back in 2020, because of COVID, there was no sports. There were no sports, man. There was the thing called the NBA bubble, and we saw Keldon Johnson break out, and Pop was forced to play him because of COVID. I had that conversation with Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. I was like, why is it that the Spurs are forced to play certain players? It's like, well, Keldon Johnson did well in the bubble. Well, yeah, they were forced to play him. Well, Devin Vassell did well, and he didn't have to have the G League. Well, it's because the G League didn't exist. It was forced upon him. Well, Primo is looking pretty good. Yeah, you know what? If COVID didn't exist, Primo would never have been out there. He would have been in Austin the entire time. So whenever Spurs fans are like, yeah, Keldon is doing good and Vassell's doing good and Primo's better than we thought, guess what? Those guys were not supposed to play on the varsity team. They're supposed to be in Austin or just getting out of Austin. Why? Why are we this way, man? Why is the Spurs way so overrated? The Spurs way exists because Tim Duncan existed. The Spurs way existed because David Robinson existed. I always say this, man. If the G League existed as the D League back in the day, back in 2003 and 2005, Tony would have been in Austin. Manu would have been in Austin. No, Manu would have probably played with the varsity team, but still, go with me on this joke.
Mm-hmm.
Because the G League and the Spurs way, it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work, but I trust them when it comes to their scouting. I trust them when it comes to their drafting. Guess what, Spurs fans? If the Spurs are drafting 4, 5, 7, 8, or 9, that player is going to be legit. It's not going to be a project player. It's going to be a good player. So, man, let's bottom out, baby. Let's bottom out. I don't know why I've been on a Spurs therapy couch today, but I've been a little bit pissed off.
I mean, just kick your feet up, man. Enjoy it.
You know why I'm pissed off is because I'm seeing the Cleveland Cavaliers come to town, and that is the template that the Spurs need to follow to get back to relevancy, man. Small market team coming in here with 2 top 5 picks, with Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, coming in here with Lauri Markkanen that they got, and then they pulled off certain trades. They got some free agents. Man, that is the template right there, man. We see it in front of us. It's not drafting 15. It's not drafting 12 or 29. It's not. Let's bottom out. But yeah, let's cheer on the Spurs and get some tickets. Go to the AT&T Center. I enjoy going to the games. And you know what? When I'm there, I'm cheering for them to win. It's just when they don't, I'm not upset. That's the difference. Because again, more ping pong ball combinations. Again, Cowboys back in action Sunday at 3:30. It's interesting because this has been a very quiet week for the Cowboys. Normally, you hear a lot of interviews, man. You hear from McCarthy, you hear from Dak, you hear from the players. But is it weird that this week has been relatively silent from both the Cowboys and up until now, the 49ers, who are now maybe putting a little bulletin board material out there? Dare I say, Nick Bosa's talking trash about the offensive tackles of the Cowboys?
They're both very solid players. Obviously, Tyron's had a Hall of Fame career, I think. And him and Trent have been the best tackles in the league for a long time. But they're definitely beatable. There's tape on them getting beat, and we're trying to do the same. But they've definitely been in and out of the lineup a lot this year and the past years. So just game plan is to make them work.
Okay. So he's being both respectable and saying they've had great careers. They're good players. But Nick Bosa's coming out ultimately saying, hey, man, there's tape out there of them being beat. And basically, I feel that this way, Nick Bosa's saying, I'm better than the players who beat Tyron Smith. I'm better than the players who beat this offensive line. So do you consider that to be trash talk there, Pledge?
I mean, yeah.
But
he basically, A, called him out for being injured, and B, said, you look on film, they're getting beat. Which, I don't know if it's trash talk as much as it is telling the truth. What's one consistent theme we've said about the Cowboys this year? Dak's under a lot of pressure. Dak doesn't have the time. Dak doesn't have this. Dak's always got someone in his face. He's always having to escape the pocket. The offensive line has not been good this year. Now, we think the pressure is coming from the inside at guard for the most part, but the tackles haven't been that great this year either. Tyron Smith, while yes, a Hall of Famer, having a down year according to Tyron Smith's standards. Lyle Collins has not looked the same as he did getting into that car wreck before training camp last year when he got that big extension beforehand.
Now, you and I bet $10 on the national title.
We did.
Alabama, Georgia.
We gonna double or nothing on this one?
That's exactly where I'm going. That's why you're one of my besties, man, because you know what I'm thinking.
So you think that I am just like, I hate the Cowboys so much that I'm just going to arbitrarily pick the San Francisco 49ers?
No, because I think that's where you're going. Again, I am objective about this. You have accused me of pandering to Cowboy fans.
You absolutely are pandering.
Because I've been saying since Thanksgiving, when everybody jumped off the Cowboy bandwagon, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people stopped watching the Cowboys or stopped wearing the gear or anything like that. But mentally, a lot of Cowboy fans checked out around Thanksgiving and said, man, this isn't going to be our year. Quinn Hudson, the only one saying that it's going to be our year, because I think that's just a tick that he has, right? He always says it.
Well, I mean, all Cowboy fans say it.
But Cowboy fans this year, though, around Thanksgiving, were not feeling it, man. After losing to the Broncos, after losing 3 out of 4, they just weren't feeling it, man. But I saw the gold at the end of the rainbow. I saw them getting healthier.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the offense not playing well, but having correctable mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Tank Lawrence come back and Randy Gregory come back, and seeing Micah Parsons can now be like a rover. What do you need from him? He can be whatever you want him to be, as opposed to being one-dimensional. He was fantastic one-dimensional, but now he can do whatever he wants. And I looked at all that. I saw Zeke playing a little bit better. He had a little bit of hiccup there towards the end of the season there, but he seemed to be okay. He was getting healthy. Pollard was out there getting healthy. I looked at this and I thought to myself, man, I like this team's chances. And then you see you see teams like the Rams hiccup.
Yep.
You see teams like Arizona play poorly, come back to beat Dallas, but played poorly before that. So these teams did not look unbeatable anymore. They looked flawed, just like the Cowboys. So that being said, I believe that the Cowboys are going to win this game by 2 scores. Not pandering to Cowboy fan. I will let you know this, Cowboy fans. I'm actively cheering against you. My heart will be warmed. I will be laughing inside, possibly outside.
Which is why this is pandering.
When be cheering for the Niners in this game, okay, or hoping the Niners win this game. It's just, if I have any money on the line on it, and if you're going to ask me straight up, who do you think is going to win? I think the Cowboys are going to win this game. So pledge, who's going to win this game?
San Francisco 49ers.
Okay, so last time I didn't give you the 3 points. This time I'll give you the 3 points. You know what? This time I will back up my bet, okay? Because I didn't give you the 3 points last time, and I feel bad for that. Ultimately, those 3 points were meaningless.
They were meaningless, and I really didn't want them. I was just messing with you.
Okay, but
I truly felt Alabama was going to win that game.
In this game, the Cowboys are favored by 3. I didn't give you the 3.5 in the last game. I'll give you 6.5 on this one, double or nothing.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take 3 points. I don't care about that. But I look, as healthy as the Cowboys are getting, the 49ers are also getting healthy.
Yeah, Trey Sermon's back. I wonder if he's going to play.
Probably not, because they have a guy named Elijah Mitchell.
And he's playing very, very well.
He's playing extremely well. And they are running the ball extremely well. They have won 6 of their last 8 games. They are on a heater as they come down the stretch. And I look at what the Cowboys do and the games that they've struggled, the games that they've lost. What's a common thread in those games? Teams ran the ball against them.
Yep.
The Denver Broncos just beat up the Cowboys in the trenches. Melvin Gordon went for 80 and a couple of scores. Javonte Williams had 111. The Kansas City Chiefs controlled the ground in that game that they beat them up at Arrowhead. You look at what Josh Jacobs did in that Thanksgiving Day game with the Raiders. You look at what Kyler Murray and Chase Edmonds did. This is without James Conner, by the way, when the Cardinals beat them. The Cowboys are susceptible to people that run the ball really efficiently. And that's one thing that not only they are doing extremely well, but they thrive on doing in different ways. It's not all about Elijah Mitchell. Deebo Samuel gets involved. Like, they make sure they run the football in a bunch of different ways. And part of the thing about what is Kyle Shanahan's system, which is Gary Kubiak's system, which is his dad, Mike Shanahan's system, it's the zone run. It's the power to one side, find the cutback on the back side. The Cowboys haven't really had to deal with that type of running this year. I don't know if they'll be ready to cover those backside cuts.
A lot of those games that you mentioned of the Cowboys giving up a lot of yards on the ground had something in common. They had quarterbacks that were good or decent. You had Derek Carr. You had Kyler Murray, right? So because you have a
Teddy Bridgewater,
that's the one that's the anomaly. Okay,
but that's the thing. A strong run.
But there was
game
no
can
Tank
cover up
Lawrence.
a bad
There was
quarterback.
no Tank Lawrence. There was no Randy Gregory in that game. That was an unhealthy Cowboy defense that weekend.
Jimmy Garoppolo did lead this team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's more of a game manager than he is anything else.
I agree with that.
He's not going to carry the team on his back to glory. He's not, man.
No, and I don't expect him to, but I expect them to win by running the football.
Right, and that's why the Cowboys need to just put 8 in the box, man, and just dare Jimmy G to throw the ball.
What about Deebo Samuel on a double move on Trayvon Diggs?
You know what? It's feast or famine with Diggs, right? He either gives up the big play or he comes down with the interception. I mean, it's do or die on Trayvon Diggs, man. You know, he's had a great year. He leads the league he led the league in interceptions, but also was one of the worst when it comes to giving up yards. I get that. But you know what? It's kind of weird. The Cowboys go as Trayvon Diggs goes. If he's playing well defensively and getting those takeaways, Cowboys are going to win that game. And I don't trust Jimmy G's arm, man. I don't. And Kittle didn't play very well in the last couple of games either, man. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Cowboys still win this game. I've been saying 27-16 on Facebook Live, but Dale Franklin asked the question, am I hosting this viewing party? Is Pledger hosting this viewing party? Or both of us? And in many, many ways, it's both of us.
Just the two of us.
We can party if we try, just the two of us.
I don't think we have to try.
Sorry, trying to do a little ad lib there. But we've got the 411 and the 210 on the next side, baby. Let's do it on the other side. Oh, wait. Stand by.
No, I mean, we can blow through this real quick.
Oh, let's do
I've
it
got
then.
Elements like it's set in the system.
My bad. You give me hand gestures that I don't know what you're doing. I think you're saying that you want to have 4 tacos, 1 donut, and 1 Diet Coke. But let's do the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210.
Never anything diet with me.
Headline 2.
We'll start with the USC Trojans receiver, Brew Mccoy, who's entered the transfer portal for a third time. The 21-year-old didn't play a snap for USC this season after being arrested in July on suspicion of violating California Penal Code Section 273.5A, which covers domestic violence towards a spouse or cohabitant. At the time, McCoy was released on $500,000 bond. If you may remember, McCoy originally committed and signed with USC before even stepping foot on campus, entered the transfer portal, went to Texas, made it through spring practice before transferring back to USC. So this will be his third attempt in the portal.
You know, 5-star talent, he's going to get a spot someplace. That's a no-brainer. But it's one of those things where this is very lowly publicized. This isn't publicized very much. People don't know who Brew McCoy is, so he's going to get a second and a third chance. But I'm really not that interested in this because he's going to get a second or a third chance, and the program is just going to sweep it under the rug, and it's not going to be a big deal for them because it's college football.
Headline 1.
That's how college football works, man.
That's how it works. Headline 1. A little swerve here. The 76ers talked to the Kings about a De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons deal. With the NBA's trade deadline under a month away, Philadelphia continues to gauge the market for their disgruntled star, Ben Simmons, and they talked to the Sacramento Kings about a package centered around De'Aaron Fox. Discussions were exploratory in nature, and due diligence was served, this according to Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes.
Hey, so much for the Sixers saying that they had to up their ante there to get Ben Simmons. The Sixers have no leverage in this, man. Absolutely none. They're even threatening to have this go on for 4 years.
I would.
That's absolutely crazy. They're paying this guy. They got to get something for him. De'Aaron Fox,
they're paying him?
Well,
he's not playing.
Eventually they're going to because he's going to win that argument.
How?
He's going to win that argument. That's what the union's for, baby.
You think the mental health thing is going to hold up?
That is what the union is for, and the union's going to stand up for him on that, man. So fact of the matter is that they have no leverage in the sense of getting assets. What are they going to get for him? Are they going to get 4 first-rounders and swaps and all that stuff? That's not going to happen. They'll get 2 decent players, maybe 2 decent players like a De'Aaron Fox, 2 draft picks, and that's all they're going to get, man. And that's all Deshaun Watson's going to get also, baby.
Oh, there it is. Headline 0, J.J. Watt returned to practice. Uncertain for the wild card game on Monday, though, as the defensive lineman practiced for the first time since he injured his left shoulder against the Houston Texans back on October 24th and had surgery to repair it November 3rd. He was given a 4 to 6 month window for return. This isn't, though, the first time that he's returned early from an injury in time for the playoffs. In 2019, he returned from a torn pec after just 10 weeks, just in time for the Texans playoff opener after being a longer prognosis for return.
I like the story.
Does he play Monday?
He's not going to play, dude.
He's playing.
I like the story, but if he does play, it's not going to be a big part of it. It's going to be more symbolic, go out there for a handful of plays. But, man, it takes a while to get back into football shape. And I know he's back and technically healthy again. It's just going to take a while, man.
He's playing. Not only is he going to play, there's going to be a moment. There is always a JJ moment. There is going to be a JJ moment in this game, which is another one of the reasons I think the Cardinals beat the Rams.
I'll root for it.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Machine Gun Kelly got married. I'm a very, very, very jealous man.
Whoa. Married or engaged?
Or engaged, rather.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. I saw something.
I
saw something that said wedding bells, and I just kind of went with it there. But it's kind of interesting when you see these celebrities, whether it be Machine Gun Kelly, Pete Davidson, and the people that say yes to them. We'll be talking about that, what we're streaming as well, and we'll also revisit the Josh Allen Viagra issue. Should he take Viagra before the playoff game this weekend? This is halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star.
I can't wait to watch you guys play.
We're ready for y'all.
Let's go.
The NFL playoff picture is coming together.
Let's go. Let's go.
Are you ready?
You gotta go out there every play and earn it.
Hear it unfold on San Antonio Sports Star.
I like it.
We're serving up all the biggest games you can handle.
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate.
Get all the action live on San Antonio Sports Star.
180. What's up?
ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
BC Powder knows life pushes us to the max. Work to the max. Family to the max. It can all mean pain to the max. So BC introduces new BC Max Strength. New BC Max relieves tough headaches and body pain at the speed of powder. Nothing stronger on pain without a prescription. Pain to the max? New BC Max. In a great tasting lemonade flavor.
Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
BetOnline.net would like to wish you a happy new betting year as we continue our march to the football playoffs and beyond. BetOnline.net remains the best spot for all your sports info, podcasts, and news this season. And it's not just football. BetOnline.net has up-to-the-minute info on pro and college hoops, NHL, boxing, UFC, along with live real-time updates of current games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2022 season. BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
A new year comes with new excitement, new ambitions, new milestones. Is this the year you pop the question, have a child? Celebrate a major anniversary. At Diamonds Direct, we're here for you, now more than ever. With our vast selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds, our world-renowned designer jewelry collections, our industry-leading warranties and guarantees, and our people. People with a passion for helping you mark any occasion with something that's both meaningful and timeless. And our commitment to providing exceptional value is stronger than ever in the new year. Whether you're just starting out on a tight budget or whether you're splurging on that 30th anniversary gift, Diamonds Direct will make sure you get the price that you expect from America's premier direct diamond importer. Welcome to a new year and welcome to Diamonds Direct, where extreme value combines with the ultimate luxury shopping experience to create that truly magical moment for the milestones in your life. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Cantera.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Get the latest on what's happening on the NBA hardwood.
Behind the back dribble to the rim and the flush.
Right here on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250. 94.5 FM.
Upload a photo of what's on your grill and enter a description and recipe at sasportstar.com. And you can win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Winner chosen every Thursday at 6 p.m. on the Blitz. Welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. As you can see on Facebook and YouTube right now, James Pledger's rocking out to Machine Gun Kelly. Correct me if I'm wrong, one of your favorite artists?
Yeah, I really like his new stuff because I'm a huge fan of 2000s punk pop,
Because he changed, right? He was a rapper at first.
He was a rapper, but
is it true that Eminem kind of just like dissed him and then he just switched over to,
I think so,
to this punk rock type of thing?
Yeah, I think so. But I like this better for him. Like, it is a better form. I've loved his last album, Tickets to My Downfall. Like,
that's a good album.
It's got Blink 182,
Travis
Simple
Barker.
Plan. Like, it's got those kind of vibes to it. And with Avril Lavigne also making a comeback now, like, I'm just in hog heaven right now.
Now he also has a song with Halsey that I really like, Forget You, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good song, very interesting song. I remember when it first came out, like about a year ago, you were like, I did not know I needed a Halsey Machine Gun Kelly duet, but it was pretty good. It's a good song. I have that on my running mix for when I go jogging.
Yeah, I never knew that I needed a 2000s pump pop version of Halsey, but I did.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Super Bowl is in Los Angeles this year. And 2 days before the Super Bowl, on the Thursday before the Super Bowl, they're going to have a party, a concert out there in honor of the Super Bowl, and it's Machine Gun Kelly and Halsey.
Nice.
And I want to be there. I want to be there so bad.
You should go. I know some people going.
Yeah, there's a rumor saying that I might be going to the Super Bowl too, or at least Super Bowl week. So halftime might be on the road. Ooh. And if that's the case, I mean, Halsey, Machine Gun Kelly,
I would.
I mean, come on. How do I say no to that?
I would.
Now, I got to know how much money I can spend on this because my wife will look at the checking account and go, you spent how much to see Halsey? Halsey right now, by the way, is probably my number 1 or 2 celebrity crush.
I get it. But at the same time, is there a price you can really put on a Super Bowl experience?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Now, why are we talking about Machine Gun Kelly? Because he is now reportedly engaged.
Yes.
So on the social media outlets,
Smoke Show Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, 35-year-old actress, she flashed a diamond ring. Kind of an interesting look to that ring, right? Because it has 2 different jewels on it. But so reportedly they are engaged. Now we're talking Megan Fox, who, how do you know Megan Fox the best? Is it Jennifer's Body? Is it Transformers?
Oh, it's Transformers.
Yeah.
It is 100% Transformers. It's not even close.
So it's interesting because, we were talking during the break about how there's these guys out here, and you were saying that Machine Gun Kelly is at least relatively attractive, right? So you're not going to put him in the category of Pete Davidson with Kim Kardashian, or who's now dating Kourtney Kardashian?
Travis Barker.
Travis Barker. And there was another one out there that we were thinking of where it's just like some dude who's on a scale of 1 through 10 looks wise is like a 3 and is hanging out with a smoke show 9.5 or 10. But that's how Hollywood works, man. It's just how it works. And it's funny because, Megan Fox, she has 3 kids.
Yeah.
With Brian Austin Green of 90210 back in the day. That was the weirdest relationship there. Brian Austin Green of 90210, because it's not like they got together when he was in his prime. It's not like he was a star at the time. That show had been over for a while by the time he got with her.
It's incredible. And I see things like this and I'm like, and it's not to say that Pete Davidson's not a good-looking dude. It's not to say that Travis Barker's not a good-looking dude.
No, Pete Davidson's not a good-looking dude. There's no one who thinks he's a good-looking dude. There are people who think he's funny, people who think he's a nice guy. There are people who think that he's charming and witty, but there's not one person out there who thinks he's attractive. I'm sorry.
Then why?
Because he's famous, he's funny, he's charming, he's witty,
but Kim
and he's
Kardashian
a nice
can
guy.
date a lot of famous people.
It's true.
She has.
It's funny, man. Hollywood's weird. We showed yesterday about how, with Bob Saget passing away, the person who went to go retrieve his car from LAX at the airport was Jeffrey Ross and John Mayer. These celebrities who are friends with other celebrities will never know. We'll never know. Back in the day on the Dan Le Batard show, they would have, when he was having beef with ESPN regarding Super Bowl coverage.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have Kenny G on.
Oh, God. I used to love that.
It was so funny because Kenny G one time talked about how he has friends that come over to play poker. And they asked the question, well, who comes over to play poker? And he says, oh, it's, Michael Bolton, Richard Marx. And a couple of dentists down the street. And he goes, okay, there's a poker room, poker table of 6 people. It is Kenny G, a couple of dentists, maybe a teacher, and Michael Bolton. He goes, I want to know about this.
And Richard Marx.
Yeah, and Richard Marx. And they called Richard Marx. They ambushed him. And he was like, am I really on the radio right now? It was the greatest radio segment I had ever listened to in my entire life. But you never know who these guys are friends with. And it's so funny because it's like, I guess they respect each other's art, I guess you can say.
Michael Bolton and Kenny G, I can see that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they've played together, but John Mayer doesn't do anything that Bob Saget does, and Bob Saget never did anything that John Mayer did.
Here's the difference with that, because John Mayer has a podcast that he does basically through his Instagram Live and has a bunch of friends and other artists and famous people on.
Right.
So social media has opened up a whole new network and avenue for an artist to grow and collaborate with people that he normally wouldn't, given his industry.
Understood. Jason Minnick just texted me that I already have plans that Thursday. Apparently we're going out. But
Thursday, you're not going to go see Halsey?
It'll be difficult, man. But Minnick said, I mean, I'm the rookie here. Right? No. Ryan Eagle's the rookie.
You're the rookie.
Ryan Eagle's the rookie.
Ryan Eagle's been to a Super Bowl.
True, but I have seniority over Ryan Eagle here, don't I?
No.
By 3 months?
No.
Come on, man.
I would love to give it to you, but if you think you're getting seniority over Ryan Eagle, you're not.
Oh, man.
If it comes to you or Ryan Eagle sleeping on the couch, it's going to be you.
It's age over beauty. That's why for that bed, man. That's why. No, so we were talking earlier, man, about Josh Allen, quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, saying yesterday that he has poor circulation in his feet, and because of that, he plays poorly when it's cold. So much so that over his career, when it's freezing, he has more interceptions thrown than touchdowns. And guess what? Against New England this weekend, it's supposed to be 5 degrees with the wind chill being in under 0, in the negatives. So Bart Scott, former player, NFL player, says, maybe you should try Viagra. Maybe you should try to stimulate blood flow that way. Pledge, what do you think about that, man? What do you think? Oh, here it is.
I don't know how to move off of that.
I don't have any medical background, so because he's got bad circulation, so his toes get cold. And as you know, with your feet.
Can I give you a suggestion for him? Josh Allen listening, can people get this message to him? Viagra. Take some Viagra for the game, baby. That'll fit that circulation going right.
I don't know how to move off of that.
I don't have any medical
He's
background.
being serious.
I don't really have a response to that, but you played, so you must know something.
A lot of us take Viagra, right? Because Viagra opens up the blood vessels.
A lot of us take Viagra. What do you mean?
A lot of NFL players, at least in my day, took Viagra because it opens up the blood vessels. A lot of endurance athletes, because Viagra was first a heart medicine, right? So it builds up circulation, which makes sure that it gets the circulation to the feet.
Okay.
That's got to be a very hard, difficult decision to make, man.
That's a good one. But he's not lying in his assessment of there seems to be this is a well thought out thing that a lot of players have used.
You know what? I don't care what players use, but what I fear though is he's running down the sidelines because he's a mobile quarterback.
Stiff breeze catches him.
Wow.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that one. I'm trying to think of others that will pass FCC guidelines over here. Won't. But no, man, it's so funny because we always talk about, and I know girls will sometimes talk about how the football players have tight pants on, right? And they usually refer to their butts, but if he's taking that,
here's the thing too, though.
You never know, man. I mean, come on.
They are wearing the pants. Usually there is some sort of protection in case you catch a helmet to the, groinal area, right?
Yeah.
And so especially in the 90s, Bart Scott's talking about they use it. Him and a bunch of other athletes that played football used it all the time in cold weather. We've never noticed this before.
So what he's basically doing is he's letting us know that this actually happens, that this wouldn't be the first time that this happens. But, dude, I can't read that. Mario Cavazos on Facebook Live. Thank you for the comment, but I'm not going to read that. But congratulations on winning your fantasy league championship. Thanks to Josh Allen. But, dude, that got me off track, man, in my head.
You're welcome.
That got me off track. But man, it's fascinating because these players should do whatever they can do to be healthy out there. It's not like it's going to be dangerous, right? I mean, it wouldn't be life-threatening if he took it.
No, I don't think it'd be life-threatening because this is, once again, like Bart Scott said, a lot of players have used it back in his day, which is not that long ago. So if there were adverse side effects, I think we would have known about them by now.
All right, we'll find out Saturday when they take on the New England Patriots.
No, he's taking it. He just offered advice.
He's offering advice, but there might be visual evidence potentially. 7:30 when they kick off. 5-degree weather. Come on, but imagine the commercials that Viagra can do. If he does take this and it's publicized and he admits that he does, and that stuff works in negative 10-degree wind chill weather, that's a great commercial, man.
Just don't show me the national anthem when people stand and salute.
Exactly. I'm thinking of Varsity Blues when Moxon is giving all the nicknames for it. Golly, We'll listen to that off air. But this is halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. We're gonna put a bow on the show on the other side. We'll see you on the other side.
If you're currently listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM, on February 1st, you'll need to retune your radio to 1250 AM and 103.3 FM. Same great programming, stronger signal, we think. Probably not.
Hot off their big win against Baylor, the Texas Tech Red Raiders got their third win in a row last night over Oklahoma State, 78-57. Texas Tech is now 13-3 on the season and 19th in the country. Tonight in the NBA, all three teams are in action, starting with the Spurs hosting the Cavaliers at 7:30. Then slated for 9 p.m., the Rockets tip off against the Sacramento Kings, and the Mavericks play the Grizzlies on ESPN. The San Francisco 49ers activate left tackle Trent Williams, who had been out with a sprained right elbow. Williams, who was in the top 10 in pass rush protection and didn't allow a sack this season, is expected to start Sunday. And on the Cowboys side of things, leading tackler Jaron Kearse has been activated from the COVID list and will attempt to work his way into the lineup before the matchup against the 49ers. I'm Carl Schoening.
The Cowboys are on the road to the big game, and it all starts this Sunday as our Cowboys take on the 49ers, and San Antonio Sports Star is live to cover it all. Join us this Sunday at Twin Peaks Westover Hills location at 410 and 151 to help us cheer on the Cowboys. The party starts at 2:30 alongside the beautiful ladies of Twin Peaks. Of course, you know we always bring swag wherever we go. That's this Sunday, starting at 2:30 at Twin Peaks Westover Hills, the location at 410 and 151. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe. Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day,
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
The crazy world of SEC football.
I'm East Coast, baby. All you weak back Southern boys don't know nothing about East Coast.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, this afternoon at 2. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Joe Reinigle. Drive home with Jason Minix and me today at 4, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
How would you like to start off the new year with an extra $1,000? We've got you covered. Go to sasportstar.com and click on the New Year New Cash banner on the front page or under the giveaway tab. Register, and that's it. It's that simple. It's another way that it pays to listen to San Antonio Sports Star all day, every day. Welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. My name's Michael Jimenez. James Pledger, my good buddy, with me today.
Hey, buddy.
Man, I was on a show yesterday, and I was told that I have to enunciate this.
Yeah, you better enunciate it properly.
I was on a show on KTSA that airs this weekend called The Master Debaters.
Yep.
It was fun times.
It's a great show, right?
Yeah, so I had Lowe from 94.1 with me on there, and it was nerve-wracking, man, because Pledge, you've been on this show before.
It's so fun.
Dude, it's one of those things, man, where I wasn't in my element. You know, I didn't know how funny I could be, or if I could just, you know, take it to extremes or
whatnot. On a scale of 1 to 10, you should be a 12.
Okay. I need to know that, you know, for the next time. So I want to be invited again, but it was fun. So that airs on Saturday sometime, on Saturday night.
Saturday night, 10 o'clock, KTSA, 550 on the AM. 107.1 on the FM.
So we're doing this contest. It's kind of like Around the Horn, but for news topics, for like quirky news topics, right? Yeah. And, we get scored. We have a judge who scores us. My wife, when I was done.
The points are arbitrary.
Yeah.
It's a lot like At Midnight, if you remember that show.
Yeah. I was at home doing this while doing my fantasy draft, by the way. I was kind of going back and forth to it.
No wonder you did so poorly.
But what's so funny is that afterwards, my wife looked at me and said, "What were you guys talking about?" Because again, she overheard me talking about the Josh Allen Viagra issue going on with the Buffalo Bills.
State your case?
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Good. That was so much fun. But so the Master Debaters, Saturday night, KTSA.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So good times. Hey, the Associated Press just released its NFL All-Pro team. There are 2 unanimous decisions right here, 2 unanimous picks, both wide receivers in the NFC, Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams. So that's pretty interesting.
No argument.
No arguments there. Come on. Cooper Kupp had the triple crown, right? Receptions, yards, and touchdowns for receivers. There are some Cowboys on this list. We have 1, 2, 3 Dallas Cowboys named to the All-Pro team.
Can I guess one?
Tell me.
Is it Greg Zuerlein? No?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay.
Honorable mention, I would assume.
Okay.
On the offense, we have Zach Martin. To be expected.
I'm guessing he's the only offensive player that was selected.
Yeah, most definitely.
Was there a rookie on the team?
There was a rookie named Micah Parsons. This is going to be the first of many accolades that he will get in the next couple of months or so. It's for certain. They've already etched his name into the trophy for the Defensive Rookie Player of the Year, right?
Oh, yeah. That's done. They've already shipped the trophy. It's already on display at his house. They're just going to announce it during the NFL awards ceremony.
The other Cowboy also there is Trayvon Diggs,
who leads the league in interceptions,
also in yards given up as well. So it's kind of interesting. He does deserve it. 10 interceptions.
Yeah,
will get you there.
Not debating that. But the other name I see on here, at least defensively, because we talk about Micah Parsons and his name already being etched on to the Defensive Rookie of the Year. But his competition in the Defensive Player of the Year, as he tries to go for the 2 for there, TJ Watt also at the top as an edge.
Yeah.
Along with Myles Garrett, his only competition for that award, I believe.
Let's go through this because Aaron Rodgers was named the quarterback. And there's been some debate whether it's going to be Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady for the MVP.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. At running back, Jonathan Taylor. Tight end, Mark Andrews of Baltimore. Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp. Deebo Samuel of the 49ers, who the Cowboys will go against. Trent Williams, left tackle, also of the 49ers.
Wait, that's not Tyron Smith.
Tristan Wirfs of Tampa Bay at right tackle. Left guard is Joel I can't see that. Bitonio of Cleveland. Then we talked about Zach Martin. Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelce is the center. And then on defense, we have TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Cam Hayward, Darius Leonard, Micah Parsons, Devondre Campbell. All names that we know.
Yes.
Right. Trayvon Diggs, the Rams, Jalen Ramsey at cornerback as well. And then we have Bayard and Poyer from Tennessee and Buffalo as safeties. And special teams, Justin Tucker, obviously, right? AJ Cole from Las Vegas as the punter. And hey, one Saint, JT Gray, special teams, baby.
Who's JT Gray?
I have no idea, man. he is like the Spurs GM. If I saw him on the street, I wouldn't recognize him. Speaking of the Spurs,
no Houston Texans on this list.
No, you would. I know.
I'm just shocked.
Not only do the Houston Texans need players on this list, they also need a head coach. Who do you want them to have as the head coach?
Who do I want?
Yes.
If I could have my pick of all available candidates, I really think Eric Bieniemy deserves a shot. I do. Of the people I think that they are targeting, I think it's one of 4. I think Brian Flores, which was mentioned.
You're the GM. Pick one.
I'm going to go with Gerard Mayo.
Interesting.
Up and comer.
Yeah. And I don't mind that. I don't want to retread. I mean, unless it's like a Brian Flores who, won 7 games in a row and deserves to be retread.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of retreads, I know that you're upset that Alabama lost, but Bill O'Brien not getting a national title ring, that had to be satisfying at least a little bit.
A little bit. It was interesting.
What?
It brought a smile to my face a little bit. Now I just want him to go to Jacksonville.
Why did I forget that he was the offensive coordinator for Alabama? It's
because they hide their coordinators in sheds the way Mike Leach hides players with concussions.
Makes sense. But I saw him and I was like, oh, this is not good for the Crimson Tide. He doesn't win big games. And the fact that he's being considered for jobs right now is devastating, man. Devastating. Ronald Schmidtka on Facebook says, bro, stop rooting for the Cowboys.
Again, you're ruining it.
You know what? It's one of those things where if the Cowboys win, I'm right. If they lose, I smile. It's going to be a win-win either way. Jason Minnick says it all the time. Heads I win, tails you lose. Speaking of Jason Minnick, he and Reinagel will be here at 4 o'clock for the Blitz. Daryl the Moose Johnston of Fox Sports. He's an NFL game analyst. We know him from the Dallas Cowboys. 3-time Super Bowl champ. He will be on at 4:30. John Machota, who covers the Dallas Cowboys for The Athletic, will be on at 5:30. It's going to be a good show. The Blitz, again, going from 4 to 7. Minnick and Reinagel. Man, the weekend is finally here for me. Everyone have a safe weekend. If you're going out watching these playoff games, come watch with us, man. We're going to be at Twin Peaks at 410 and 151. Me, Pledge, come say hi. If you want to make fun of my movie reviews, if you want to criticize me in person, now is your opportunity. Again, this is Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning?
Here's what you missed.
I tweeted yesterday, I need storylines, not integrity. You know what I mean? I don't care